Tonight, the era of sweeping COVID mandates seems to be over. New York today joining a growing number of blue states and cities, rolling back COVID restrictions as Omicron wanes, dropping its mask or vaccine requirement for businesses.
We're not surrendering. This is not disarmament. We're going to continue to be adaptable and responsive to the changing circumstances.
Nationwide, the 7-day average of cases is down 44% and hospitalizations down 25% since the previous week. The White House today said planning is underway for the next, less restrictive phase of the COVID response. Still, the CDC has not changed its mask guidance and still recommends wearing them indoors.
Our death rates are still high. So as we work towards that and as we are encouraged by the current trends, we are not there yet.
Once again, there'll be a patchwork of COVID policies across the country as cities consider whether to continue their own restrictions.
It's been getting a lot more back to what it used to be.
Massachusetts today announced it was dropping its mask mandate for schools later this month, but New York's governor put off any final decision on that until early March.
And I really think they should let the kids take them off now.
It's way too soon. It's still not everyone's vaccinated.
The moves by some Democratic politicians reflect a shift ahead of this year's midterm elections. In Virginia, 10 Democrats in the state Senate just joined Republicans in passing an amendment that would give parents the right to choose whether their children wear masks in schools.
I think over the last few months, voters have felt like we've entered a new phase of the pandemic, and they're looking at this longer term. They're not looking at this as the crisis that it was.
Throughout much of the pandemic, tempers have flared over COVID restrictions. Even today, Canadian truckers are still clogging routes to the U.S. in protest. In Congress, Republican Hal Rogers is apologizing to his Democratic colleague Joyce Beatty after cursing at her when she asked him to wear a mask on board a train.
We want civility here in the Congress, but we will not allow that type of behavior to be met without accountability.
And Gabe joining me here in the studio. Some news today about when we may see the vaccine for the youngest kids.
Yeah, that's right, Lester. An FDA advisory panel is set to meet and vote next week on emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 6 months through 4 years old. And if all goes well, the CDC says we could see shots in arms by President's Day.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.